it's Jazz. So this is just a quick video for you on these stamping plates that I very kindly received from V's Nail Art Supplies. So I just thought I'd do a quick video on how you can use them and how you can stamp slightly differently. So obviously you can stamp your normal way, as I've done here with Snoopy, and he's just from this smaller plate. All of these plates have cartoon characters on, so there's probably something for everyone. And obviously this big one's got all sorts, it's got minions on there, and I'm going to show you today how we can create a design using minions. But you've got a chipmunk, you've got Pluto, you've got Mickey, you've got Tweety Pie, like you've got so many options there. So I'm just going to use this minion and show you how you can create a different stamping effect. Please excuse my voice, I suffer really badly with asthma and hay fever, and them combined is not doing me any favours. So first I'm going to start off with cleaning my stamping plate. Now I use acetone, as this is what was recommended to me by some other nail techs, and actually it seems to be the best thing to make it work. I've got a tip here, and I've just used Blue Willow from Nail Chemie, and I have a scraper, and I also have a clear jelly stamper. These have been the best ones for me to use actually. Then I have white, which is Saltstone from Nail Chemie, Toxic Tonic from Nail Chemie, and I want to say Blue Raspberry from Nail Chemie, but I'm not entirely sure. Now I'm just using this very cheap grey stamping gel from Amazon. It came with another set, and I'm just going to put a thin layer all over the character. Then I'm going to take my scraper and just scrape down him, just to try and remove any of the excess product on there. I don't want too much on there at all. Stamping has kind of been a bit hit and miss, so just play around until you're happy with it. Then you want to pick up your design, just clear away any other design that may have gone on there as well, because you don't want that on your nail. Then once you're happy, pop him into cure. Now just cure for a couple of seconds. I think these cure for like a minute, 30 seconds maybe. However, I just popped him into cure for about 30 seconds. I'm then going to take my Nail Chemie No Wipe top coat, and I'm going to top coat over the design. Now the reason I'm doing this is so that when you paint your colours on him, you don't ruin your design or anything, your outline, it's all fine. So I'm going to pop that into cure for 30 seconds, and then you're going to want a fine liner brush, just like this one, and this is just going to help you colour him in. Now I do decide to go in with another layer of No Wipe top coat just to try and even it out, as there were a few little holes in there, and I didn't want that. So I'm just going back over again, nice and thin and even layers, popping him into cure. This is what he looks like. So I'm going to start with my blue, and I'm just going to go all over his dungarees, including his little legs, just colouring them all in. You can go as dark as you'd like, just do what works for you. I'm just colouring him all in, doing like the shoulder straps on his dungarees. It doesn't matter too much if you go over any of the grey lines. The reason we've top coated over is so you can't smudge any of them, which will really help keep the design in place, and it kind of adds a little bit more depth to it. Now you can either flash cure as you go if you'd like, or if you're confident colouring it in, then you don't have to do that. You can go in with your next colour. So I'm just going to keep colouring in the blue on him. It can be a little bit fiddly, but this is where the fine liner brush is absolutely perfect. So I'm going to clean off my brush, and I'm going to go in with Toxic Tonic now, which is the yellow. Oh gosh, you can hear my dog in the background. And I'm just going to fill in round his eye. I'm not going to cover over his mouth with the yellow at all, so I'm just going to carefully go round it, because we are going to add white to his eye and his mouth area. And I'm just going to go around the top of his eye. Careful not to get any of the glasses goggle thing that he wears. And like I said before, similar to the blue, you can add more depth to it by putting more colour on if that's what you'd like to do. I need to make sure you do his arms as well. We don't want him to have any bare arms. We want as much of the design to be covered as possible. Clean your brush off again and then go in with your white. And then you're going to fill in his mouth, just a little gap in his mouth, and then also his eye. Now I kind of went all over the centre part of his eye, leaving the middle bit with the grey outline, but you can do it however you prefer. Once you're happy, pop that into cure for 30 seconds, as that's how long the nail candy colours take. And as you can see, this is the Snoopy one I did before, so this is just your normal stamping way. I added some glitter around the edges just to kind of bring him to life a little bit. Then I'm just going to clean off my stamping plate, and as you can see, all ready to go again. Now once he's come out, what you can do is you can carefully just peel him away, and because you put the top coat on, it's easy to pick up. So this is what he looks like. He's nice and thin, and I am now just going to try and line him up, see how he fits. Looking back on this, a grey background probably was a little bit too dark for it. However, you know, depending on what colours you decide to do, you can totally make it work. I have tried this on a white background, and the blue and the yellow did stand out a little bit more. But you know, have a play. It's all fun and games, trying to work out what works. So I'm just going to cut around the minion's body. I'm going to go as close as I can, but without cutting any of the detail off. This is just so we don't have any of those nasty frayed edges on the design. They don't look very nice, and it also makes it harder to kind of encapsulate. I did mess up my encapsulation slightly. I should have probably stuck base coat and then the minion down, just so the base coat's slightly thicker. However, I've just pressed him into the sticky layer of the gel polish, and it's worked okay actually. He does stick down, so just press around him until you're happy. If you like, you can take it just a clean brush just to press any edges down. Just do what works for you. So I'm now going to take top coat, and you could completely take Builder Gel at this point if you wanted to. Obviously Builder Gel is slightly thicker and stickier, so you can actually float the gel over him and it would encase him properly. If you don't have any Builder Gel like me, you've magically run out of it, you can just do several layers of top coat. He decided that he didn't want to stick where I'd put him, so I'm just going to use my brush just to kind of dab all of the edges down. It doesn't matter if you have a few little edges sticking up, as long as they've been top coated. When it comes to buffing them to get a nice smooth surface, it should be fine. So just pop them into cure. I'm going to go in with another layer of top coat, just because I want to ensure that everything is locked in. We're not going to lose any colour or design when we start to file. This isn't necessarily the quickest stamping design, however it is something a bit different if you don't have a layering stamping plate. I do one final layer of top coat. Obviously, like I said, if you had Builder Gel, you'd only need one layer of Builder Gel and then your top coat, and you'd have been okay. But like I said, I don't have any of the Builder Gel. Yeah, so you can get stamping plates that you can layer with. However, I don't have any of those, and V's Nail Art very kindly sent me these. So I'm just showing you how you can use them differently. Once that's come out, because it's no white top coat, it's easy to buff. So I'm just going to buff over the nail. Now, V's Nail Art sells all sorts of different things. She's got chromes, she has glitters, she has crystals, she has stickers, foils, you name it, she's got it. So there's lots and lots of stuff there. Their stamping plates range around so she's got a couple very, very mini ones that are about 99p currently at the minute, and she also has extra large stamping plates which are between they are currently on the website for $7.25, or she has them up for normally about £10, and then she also has these cartoon and the brand ones. So I've currently got 2 cartoon ones, and they're around £6.99, so it isn't too badly priced really, especially as you've got so many different options on there, and if you're playing around with colours you can create so many different designs just using one character. So I'm just going in with a 180 file now, just to kind of even out the size, just because the top coat did go a little bit over and I want to kind of take away any of those edges. And then go back over with my buffing sponge thingy, I never know what you call these things, sanding sponge, just to try and even out the surface, and I will alternate between my 180 file and my buffer just to kind of get a nice even surface all over. I then take some gel cleanser on a lint-free wipe and I just brush all over the nail, removing any of the dust, and this is what it looks like so far. You can then take your nail wipe top coat again, your final layer, and just put an even layer just to kind of finish it off, cap the edges, just so your design doesn't move or anything. Pop them into cure, and then this is what it will look like. So this is just a really quick video showing you how you can actually use a stamping plate. See, look, you can see it's a very simple design on there, and we've actually managed to add colour to him without having a layering stamping plate, which is really, really cool in my opinion. So you can also do, like I said, you can do your Snoopy on your normal stamping without adding any of the extra colours, although Snoopy's kind of hard, I guess, because he was black and white. But I also did Tweety Pie earlier doing exactly the same technique. So that's it really. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know if you have any questions in the comment section, and I will leave a link to V's nail art in the website in the description thing, so you can check it out yourself.